the idea with our building tours is that we're going to show intensification at different scales. So, Wednesday we start with an apartment. Thursday we have this residential infill project, and then we get bigger and bigger as the days go on. Thursday night we're doing a Pechakucha night. So
Pechakucha is returning to Ottawa.
We're returning to Ottawa to do a special Ottawa Architecture Week edition, so we're really excited about that.
How many speakers do you have at this Pechakucha event?
There should be between 10 and 15.
10 and 15?
I'll have to get the update this week.
Yeah, wonderful.
But yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
That's $10 to go to.
That's right. Friday we have a workshop with the NCC, and they've invited a number of Governor General Award-winning architects to Ottawa to do a talk on how we can make more provocative design here in the city. So that should be really great. Again, free, open to the public, so anyone can come. You just have to register on their website. Friday afternoon, we have a building tour of the new Faculty of Social Sciences building at Ottawa U.
That's a very nice building.
That'll be led by one of the architects as well as the sustainability expert. So it should be a really interesting tour.
And the NCC is involved with Ottawa Architecture Week as well.
They are.
So a lot of people think the NCC is against everything Ottawa.
No, they were really great. They reached out to us, and they were
wonderful.
really interested in doing something. So we're happy to have them.
Have they been involved with every year, or is this one of the first years? Or?
I think it was. Well, I've only been involved for 1 year.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but they're involved this year, and we're happy to have them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they're doing an urbanism lab event, so design excellence. So they're committed to seeking out superior design and architecture in the capital.
That's right, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of opinions on that. So.
Yeah, I know. So reading that, a lot of people have a lot of things to say about that.
Yeah,
and it's a whole series of workshops that they're offering throughout the year that they've just started recently, and it sounds really promising. I haven't had the opportunity to go out to any of them, but
oh, that's cool.
But it does seem that they are much more committed to doing a lot more great things for architecture, and 2017 is, I guess, a huge year that everybody wants to get people out to Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa definitely needs a spot in town where buildings are just out of the world. You know what I mean? I think Hintonburg would be a great place to do it, where, even people traveling to Ottawa would specifically go to that part of town just to see the funky houses sort of thing, you know what I mean? I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. There are a lot of new things being built in Hintonburg, so it's a really exciting community.
For sure. And I mean, there's architecturally, I don't think many of the older buildings that are there anybody will be sad seeing them go, you know what I mean? It's
there's a nice, it's kind of a working class neighborhood, so there's it's a bit gritty, but I don't know, I kind of like it.
Yeah, right on.
I think it's nice.
Any final things to say? www.ottawaarchitectureweek.com.
A few more events I'll just point out. One is Friday, we're having a density debate on Friday night with some interesting panelists. We have Peter Hume from the City of Ottawa.
Peter's been on the show before too.
Oh, great. Yeah, we have a developer by the name of David Wex who's coming in from Toronto. He works with Urban Capital. So he'll be here.
I was at Urban Capital's launch of their new the smart condos, so that was very interesting.
Okay, and he's a pretty interesting guy, so it should be at least between those two.
Yeah.
We have a young architect as well who'll be involved by the name of Emmanuelle Van Rutten. She works for Morian and Toshima Architects. And then we have a transit expert coming in from Vancouver, so it should be a really great discussion, and it'll be moderated by Joanne Chianello from the Ottawa Citizen.
Okay.
So it should be a great opportunity for people to come, ask questions.
Yeah, that'll be a very interesting debate with Joanne. And what else? And you have Phil Jenkins.
That's right. He's doing a walk on Saturday, and he's going to be looking at LeBreton Flats and sort of the development of that part of the city. Talk about the history and sort of where it's going. So that should be another great.
If you've never heard of a talk from Phil Jenkins, it's always a treat. He'll probably bring his guitar along. He'll probably be singing.
Turns into a song.
He turns everything into a few sons.
Yeah.
So he'll have some LeBreton Flat songs, which should be fun.
And connected to that is we're doing a tour of the Domtar, the windmill project that we talked about a bit earlier.
Oh, right on.
And we're giving access to one of the heritage buildings on site.
Okay.
So
cool.
it's a pretty limited tour. So go to the website.
Is that on
and
the
register.
Friday?
That'll be on the Saturday. Saturday morning. Yeah.
Now, I didn't grow up in Ottawa. You did.
Yeah.
I heard that used to be a pretty hot spot for teens to go here and there. some of the older buildings. You don't have to admit it.
There are still some areas around there where you can go that are
Yeah,
kind of out of the way. Let's just say that.
I hear that. People used to go in all the old buildings all the time.
But I mean, it's a beautiful area, so it should be an interesting
For
tour.
sure.
And you're excited for what they have coming?
I am, yeah. It actually looks really great.
Yeah, I can't wait until it starts and more so finish.
It's a bit of a game changer for the city.
I think so.
Absolutely.
It's really
is.
connecting both sides and hopefully offering a bit of like a waterfront.
Well, that's it. And hopefully they don't get too many hiccups. I know they had a couple of hiccups with their project in Vancouver, or in Victoria, sorry, whenever they did that. So hopefully it runs a little smoother this time around in Ottawa. So
And it's really great the public consultation on it as well.
Just amazing.
That, that they've involved people from the start, and that you have to involve both cities plus NCC plus it's such an involved project that it's great to see all those people coming together and that everybody's excited with the project as it's developing through those consultations.
Positive stuff.
So Ottawa's heading in the right direction. Then you'd have to say,
Oh, absolutely.
starting to.
Yeah, and I think having been involved working on Ottawa Architecture Week now for 8 months and meeting all the people I've met, like everybody's really excited about the city, they're excited about architecture and urbanism, so it's been a really positive experience so far.
Right
So I
on.
think it's
What about worldwide? Is there any what's kind of seen architecturally as one of the hotspots in the world for leading in architecture?
Well, places like New York, London, Paris, Berlin always have their hype.
Yeah. I guess Dubai too, probably is that kind of scene.
that's-
They got a lot of interesting buildings that have thrown up there.
It's
But
become a bit of a playground, which then has some social concerns and some urban concerns
Yes.
Yeah.
and huge issues. But in terms of if you just want to look at the art of architecture, it's definitely an architect's playground.
I like the new building coming up in Shanghai, the very tall one with the different ecosystems on it. That looks like an incredible building.
There's a lot of amazing stuff happening in China.
For architecture, I just want Ottawa to start dropping more red tape and allowing architects to have some more freedom to try different things.
Absolutely.
When I lived in Australia, in Melbourne, they were taking risks, and like the walks and runs at night were just so much better because the light up of all these different kinds of homes was incredible. So hopefully we'll start doing that in the future. But
And I
And I think it's a lot about the public's opinion, and
Yeah.
I think things like Architecture Week, I think our goal is to really invite everybody out and see that architecture is for everybody in the city and help people understand what's going on and let them have a venue to voice their concerns, but have a really great discussion about it so that we can start resolving these issues, which then hopefully allows people to be a little more accepting of change and what's new in architecture.
and people can also speak up on Twitter, I guess.
Absolutely.
You have ongoing
yes.
conversations.
Yes.
What's the Twitter handle?
It's OttArch, so OTTARCH.
Okay.
And we'd love some Twitter buzz around.
Yeah, for
hashtag OttArch14.
That's right.
That's right on.
Thanks so much, guys,
Yeah,
for having
thanks
us.
a lot.
We'll leave you to your installation. I wish you all the best tonight. Thanks for meeting with us, Sarah. I know your time is precious now that you're a Montrealer.
Thanks for accommodating my weekend schedule.
Oh, it's all
pleasure.
good. And we'll get right into some events coming up this weekend as well right now. So
Yeah.
thanks
And
very
then
much.
one last song as well. So
As well. Have a great week, everyone.
take care.
All right, so that wasn't as bad as I thought with the wind. So events this weekend, there are a ton. Saturday night, of course, as you heard, we have the Ottawa Food Truck Rally from 4 to 8 p.m. at St. Paul's. All weekend long at the EY Center, you have the Home and Design Show. This weekend, of course, across Gatineau and Ottawa, and I guess all across Ontario, it's Culture Days, so there's events at so many different locations. So search Culture Jays and Ottawa and you'll find a lot of information on that. Spark Street, you got Riptoberfest, so music, Oktoberfest vibe. It's going to be a wonderful weekend for that. At the University of Ottawa, you got the ELE Music Festival. So that will be a lot of fun out there, music all day long. punkottawa.com has a flea market Saturday at the Bronson Center. Of course, this weekend, at the final weekend of September, you always have the Carp Fair. So entry, I think, is $10 for adults. And that's worth the drive out there. There's a lot of entertainment, a lot of interesting things to see. And it's also the One World Festival is going on this weekend in Ottawa. So lots of fun stuff going on this weekend.
Next week, we are very excited to have the ladies from Citizens Academy. If you don't know what it is, definitely tune in for next week's episode. The band this week was Four Stroke. Search for them on Twitter. I put that out there as well, and as online on the internet. And the first song was Parking Lot City. Second song, Subprime Space. And the last one is Rock and Roll. And you can, of course, check them out Wednesday, October 1st, House of Targ. So I hope you enjoyed this last song. Have a great week, everyone.